Greetings everyone, welcome back to my sketchbook. And in the last video I showed you this, which is one of my favorite guitars. This is an Ibanez Roadstar Series 2, and on it is this pick. Now you can tell by the shape of it, it has the shape of a shark fin, and that's kind of what this video is going to be about. I'm going to set that over here. This week on network TV, you're going to see a couple of shows that, well, you know, the whole week with, I think, Discovery and National Geographic, they're doing Shark Week and Shark Fest or what have you. And stuff like this exists all over the place, and of course we're all familiar with this, Jaws. Now, over the years I've drawn lots of pictures of sharks. Here are just a couple, just for fun. Let's see if I can get this opened up here. So for example, with this is the Naue, or king shark, I guess. I would have drawn that picture a while ago. Let's see, just like other little doodles of sharks. Look at that, there's a hammerhead. Anyway, that's funny. More recently, you would have seen me draw this, for example, which is baby megalodon shark. I started planning this, which is chicken as the jockey. Kind of like, you know, the chicken jockey thing, which is kind of funny. And then I continued along with this, which is the chicken riding a shark. So chicken as the jockey, shark jockey. Anyway, so yeah, no, today it's the beginning of Shark Week, Shark Fest, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to just sort of doodle a couple of things, maybe, or one thing, or I don't know, we'll see what happens. So, yeah, that's a spooky thing. Let's get out the pen, get some ink on it. I thought it'd be kind of interesting to doodle from memory. There was a point, I think I had a shark tooth. Now, I don't know where it is. I think that was a while ago. It was something ridiculous that you could wear around your neck. So let's just doodle that. I'm going to zoom in on that where I started. The idea here is to think much like an arrowhead. But not perfectly. Now, of course, you don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. I'm trying to figure out a couple of things as I go here. The shark tooth itself is usually serrated. And the serrations I'm going to represent with sort of like little dashes like that. Now, the serrations serve frightening purposes. They're meant to sort of tear a little bit in the cutting process, because, you know, sharks don't chew. So now I'm just going to sort of beautify my doodle just a little bit. So yeah, this won't be a very complicated drawing. We'll kind of rough up the root part just a little bit. Now, I don't think that the tooth would necessarily be that sharp, so I'm going to draw more serrations to add some width. To that tooth. Go around the outside just a little bit. So yeah, that looks like a heart a little bit in my mind. Now, just because it's such a short video, I'm going to add a little bit of magic. I have a brush and some water, which is sort of appropriate for Shark Week, Shark Fest. Going around the outside edge here first. And then I'll kind of fill it in a little bit. A little bit more water. I've been to Florida, and I've been, well, you know what, I've been to a lot of places where you get to see some pretty interesting things. I've not been to Australia. What I can say this much about creatures like this is you don't really play games with certain animals. Sometime probably in the 80s or even in the 90s, circuses kind of went out of fashion, and then places like, well, like Marineland, and well, they stopped doing animal performances, or they kind of stopped doing animal performances unless it was in some way showing the play or natural instincts of the animal. Well, sharks you don't train. And when you talk about the circus, that was probably, other than like certain zoos, that's the only place that you got to see lions and tigers. And oddly enough, you could train creatures like that. Again, sharks you don't train. Orcas you can, but an orca to me is a creature that's so highly intelligent. I think they do it because they know they can get food rather easily. But yeah, no, that's, if I was in the ocean and I was surrounded by orcas, at first you might feel kind of safe because, you know, they're like, well, they're mammals, right? And you might feel like they're like dolphins. But dolphins can be cruel, and killer whales, or orcas, yeah, I don't know if I would really trust them that much if I was in the ocean. So now I'm just going around the outside just a little bit. I'm going to highlight some of the details of this shark tooth, or let's call it a baby megalodon tooth. Those shows are a little bit of a nuisance to me, mainly because they kind of sensationalize certain things. You'll notice that the music is super dramatic, and while, yeah, the creatures are beautiful, and yeah, they are deadly, they really kind of play on that, the fear, a lot. And I think in a lot of ways you probably should be kind of spooked out by them, because you can't negotiate with a creature that runs on instinct like that, and that when they try to figure out what foods to eat, they do so by biting it. And yeah, anyway, so that's not really a great thing, but it's a pretty popular week in television. We're almost done here. Just like that. Well, I hope you have a wonderful Shark Fest or Shark Week if you watch those shows. And perhaps we'll do something else shark related before the week is out, if I feel like it. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, everyone. And hopefully we'll see you at some point in the near future. All right. Ciao for now.